So you know how it works. You go on YouTube, search for a review of a product, any kind of product, or you go on Amazon, you type in what you're looking for, and the watchers are watching. The Facebook algorithm picks it, every algorithm picks it up. If you're scrolling through Facebook, you just went and looked for a notebook yesterday. Now all of a sudden Facebook's showing you all these notebooks that you ain't never heard of before. Or maybe you have. And you're like, wow, it's amazing. I was just looking for this yesterday, and now Facebook's putting it all in my face. That was the case for me and OtterBlotter. It says it right there. I was doing my usual looking at notebooks on YouTube because I'm a notebook junkie, apparently, it seems. And all of a sudden I started seeing these ads for this notebook making some bold claims. I kept seeing their ads saying, hey, we use the same quality, depending on how you define quality, same quality materials as the name brands. Now, of course, they didn't name them, but we know they're talking about Moleskine and Leuchtturm. Okay, we know. And they were making these claims that, hey, we're as good as they are at less than half the price. So I kept seeing these ads, and I'd read the comments, seeing if anybody had an opinion, anybody was complaining. There weren't many comments. I don't think this company's been around that long. So I simply asked the question, how did they do with fountain pens? 4 or 5 days went by, they never replied to my comment, and then they replied, hey, we just released the new ad talking about how the notebook does with fountain pens. So I went and checked it out, and they usually actually use my comment in the ad. Because me and a couple other people were asking about fountain pens, and they were talking about, hey, it works great with fountain pens, no bleed through, no feathering. So I went on YouTube looking for reviews, because that's what you do. Went on YouTube looking. That's why you're here, ain't it? Went on YouTube looking for reviews, couldn't find any. That's how new this company is. And I figured to myself, I do need a notebook. I mean, kind of. So I do need a notebook for a journal project that I'm doing starting next year. And they are cheap. I went to their website. They're less than $8, at least at the time I bought this one. It was less than $8. So I'm like, heck, this is like a win-win situation. I'll get a cheap notebook. I get to use it as my grievance journal, more on that later, for next year, and I get to do a review and make some content for the fine people out there in YouTube land. So I snatched it up. We got it here today. We're going to do a review of it as soon as we roll this intro. Alright, so what we have here is the OtterBlotter. Like I said, I saw a bunch of ads for this on Facebook, and I was in the market for a notebook. I have a purpose for this next year, so I figured the price was right, we'll pick it up. And I got it yesterday, and I managed not to open it so I could show y'all somewhat of an unboxing, you could say. It did actually come in a box, so get out of that, make sure it was right. Feels good. Get rid of that. Yeah, that cover feels obviously not real leather, but it feels leathery, leather-esque, what it feels like. It says OtterBlotter right there, and on the back, that's it for the branding. Good job. And some people get a new notebook and they go to doing ink swatches and whatnot. I'm like, don't really see the point. And like, people do the ink swatch thing on like a Q-tip and they smear the ink on there. I'm like, who does, like, in what scenario are people doing that? I'm sure you got your reasons. But as far as me and fountain pens go, the ink goes in the pen and the pen writes. I don't go splashing ink all over my page and all that stuff. But see here, we got the days of the week up there. Hopefully you can see this because I really can't see the screen on the camera. We got some little weather icons up there. Memo number, whatever that is, you can write. And date. And it's got line paper and it's got little marks in the top line. I guess if you wanted to make it a grid, you could follow those, I guess, and make that happen. No numbered pages, if that's a thing for you. If you like numbered pages, this doesn't have numbered pages. And you got your little pocket in the back with your little thingamabobs you can stick on there. Whatever that is. I don't think I have a hardback moleskin. But here's your elastic. It left a little mark in it. Not a big deal, but just in case that bothers you, the elastic left a little mark in the cover. Gray elastic to match the gray color. And they had, I don't remember all the colors off the top of my head, but they had probably five or six different colors. I like that that's not too long. That's pretty good. But what do I got here? I got a soft cover moleskin. It's a smidge taller and a little bit wider. Of course, we know an A5 moleskin is not technically an A5 size. Let's see what else I got. We can compare it to, I got this Amazon Basics, which I assume is a moleskin knockoff. Roughly the same height. A little bit more narrow than the OtterBlotter. I got a soft cover Leuchtturm 1917. Tad bit taller, same width, because Leuchtturm actually knows what A5 means. So, pretty good, but here's the thing. I kept seeing their ads, and they kept saying all this stuff about same premium, or I don't know if you can call it premium, same material as the name brands, but half the price, which technically it's more than half the price, like, or less than half the price. And I was like, well, that's all fine and good. I was like, but how does it do with fountain pens? So they actually took my comment and somebody else's comment and made a whole new ad showing that it works good with fountain pens. Now, I'm not going to go to the first page and just start writing a bunch of nonsense to show y'all a pen test, because I have plans for this notebook. But I will flip to the back page. Let me get me a fountain pen. What else can we try? Ballpoint pen, gel pen. That's my only about the only gel pen I have, because I hate gel pens. We'll start off with the ballpoint, because I'm sure we all expect that the ballpoint pen is going to work just fine. So I will write the name of this channel. Get that out of the way so y'all can see. That wrote very well, I will say. Even though, ballpoint pen my favorite kind of pen. Writes on pretty much anything, but that was quite pleasant the way it wrote on that paper. And of course, as you expected, nothing out of the ordinary there. Try a gel pen. Here you go. Nothing surprising there. Ballpoint and gel should work just fine in even the cheapest notebook. That shouldn't shock anybody. Now let's do the real test. How does it handle fountain pens? Nice and bold. No feathering. Hopefully y'all can see that. I see no feathering. Feathering probably annoys me more than bleed through. And no bleed through. So I can't remember what GSM they said this paper was. I want to say 80. But I will look it up and put it up on the screen for you right now. And it's good feeling paper. Let me see how it feels up against. That feels about the same. I think it's a little bit thicker. I do believe it's thicker than the moleskin. Let me try the Leuchtturm. This is my very advanced scientific field test. Pretty similar. Maybe not quite as smooth as the Leuchtturm paper, but I think the Leuchtturm paper is a little bit thinner. Let's try the cheap Amazon Basics. Yeah, it's definitely, no surprise, but it's definitely thicker than Amazon Basics and probably a little smoother. So I noticed, there weren't no reviews on this notebook. So I thought I'll just buy one and do it because I need a notebook anyway, and they're making all these claims, so I might as well get it tested out, do a review, and use it for my grievance journal, which will be another video we'll talk about coming up on the channel. But yeah, there you go. Ballpoint, gel, and fountain pen. I got a felt tip. You want to try that? Let's try this felt tip. I was going to say that's all the pens I have, but I forgot I bought this felt tip the other day at the dollar store. There you have that. Also no bleed through. So yeah, I think, you go on Amazon and you just type in A5 notebook, you'll get your typical Leuchtturm, moleskin, rhodia, things like that names that and then you'll get a whole bunch of other stuff that's like Chinese stuff. Nothing wrong with it, but you don't really know what you're getting when you order it. Like, is it going to be crap paper? Is it going to be good? And if you write with fountain pens like I like to do, these and moleskin don't really go together. Most of the moleskins I have don't take fountain pen very well. But if you're on there looking for a notebook, on their website, I'm assuming they're like a relatively new company, because all they have on there is an A5 hardcover like this, and a ring, spiral bound notebook. That's all they offer at this time. Hopefully soon, hopefully at some point they'll come out with like a pocket size. That'd be cool. Wouldn't mind having that. But yeah, I got no complaints. Now obviously we'll have to use it, see how the cover holds up. I'm probably going to put this in a cover. Probably one of the Deodrio, whatever ones that I've reviewed previously on the channel. Probably put it in one of them. This is going to be my grievance journal. Like I said, we'll talk more about that in a later video, but you've heard of a gratitude journal. And I saw the other day the idea of a grievance journal. And I was like, I'd probably be much more likely to use a grievance journal than a gratitude. Not that there's anything wrong with gratitude, but sometimes I struggle to come up with some. But there you have it. OtterBlotter notebook. I got nothing bad to say about it. It's simple. It's pretty simple. This cost me less than $8 for this notebook. And they got it to me in like a week. I don't know. And I got nothing negative. It does what it's supposed to do. It takes pen and it takes it well. And that's really all you can ask for. So, OtterBlotter notebooks, thumbs up. I dig them. I recommend it if you're looking for a nice notebook that's under $10. You can't say that about Lloyd's Term and Moleskine. So I hope you enjoyed this review. You probably did because there ain't no more other ones out there on YouTube. But if you liked it, consider giving me a subscription. Subscribes. Whatever. Smash the button, as they say, if you want to. If not, I don't care because I didn't make this channel to grow it into anything fantastic. But there you go. OtterBlotter. See you next time.